So, alright. Good morning, class.
Good morning, Mr. Collier.
Alright, so y'all do know we have been talking about partitioning shapes into equal parts. And we've been talking about expressing those parts as unit fractions, right? We've been talking about that for the past couple of weeks. So now, what we're going to do the activity today to basically, we're going to go back because some of y'all still having a little trouble with partitioning those shapes into equal parts, and being able to identify those parts, right? And seeing how all of these shapes kind of tie into each other. So, we're going to do an activity today, partitioning those shapes into equal groups and expressing each one of those parts as a unit fraction. All right? But before we get into it, let's review the types of shapes that we have right here, right? You can tell me what this shape is.
A hexagon.
All right, this is the hexagon, right? What are some attributes about this hexagon?
It has 6 sides.
At 6 sides, what else? Six sides, 6 angles, right? That's some attributes, right? What is this right here?
A rhombus. A trapezoid.
What, it's a rhombus. This is a rhombus?
No, that's a trapezoid.
It's a trapezoid, right? What is the attribute? Give me one attribute of a trapezoid. It has 4 sides and 4 angles. It does, right? Give me another attribute. I want one more attribute. We all know it has 4 sides, 4 angles. Right, but what makes a rhombus a rhombus?
Sides are equal.
Sides are equal?
No, yes.
All the sides aren't equal. But what about these two sides right here?
Are they parallel? No.
They are parallel. Good job, they're parallel. All right. What type of shape is this?
That's a square. I don't know. 4 sides and 4 angles.
It has 4 sides, 4 angles, but what makes this square square?
It has
Hold on. It has what?
It has a 90-degree angle.
It has 90-degree angles. How many 90-degree angles does it have? 4 90-degree angles or right angles, right? Yep, each side, all sides are equal.
Even the corners.
Even the corners. Let's see what else that.
A rhombus. It has 4 sides.
Right?
4 sides and 4 angles. 4 angles.
This is a what class?
Rhombus.
Hold on. Everybody put your hands down. Put your hands in your lap. Sway, put your hands in your lap.
Yeah.
Thank you, son. Darian, put your hands in your lap.
It's a rhombus. It's a rhombus.
Right. Here's a rhombus. Right, this is a rhombus. It's a quadrilateral. What else is another attribute of this rhombus?
Oh, it has 4 angles and 4 sides.
4 angles, 4
And
sides.
it's shaped like a diamond.
Right, it's shaped like a diamond, but what else? What about the sides?
They are parallel.
Parallel. Both they have 2 pair of parallel sides.
And
That's
they
correct.
are equal.
And all sides are what?
Equal.
All sides are equal. Right? All right, now, as we look at these shapes, these various shapes, right? If I put some of these shapes together, they make another shape, right? I saw some of y'all experimenting before we got started. I saw that we were making some shapes, right? So let's use these two. All right. So for example, I'm gonna use these two as an example. 2 squares, right? What kind of shape can I make out of these 2 squares? Who can raise their hand and tell me? What kind of shape can I make out of these 2 squares? Right?
Oh, I know.
Raynice.
I know. Ooh, I know it.
You say what?
Armani. Oh my.
You can make a rectangle. Like if I put these 2, hold on, I'm gonna wait. I'll wait. If I put these 2 squares together, right, I'll make what type of shape?
A rectangle.
Rectangle, right? Now, each one of these parts represents a unit fraction, right? Who can tell me what a unit fraction is? Who can tell me what a unit fraction is? If I were you, I would pull out my notebook with my interactive notes in it. What is a unit fraction?
A unit fraction is that represents one part of a whole.
A unit fraction is a fraction that represents one part of a whole. Okay, that's good. I like that. So now, I have, how many parts do I have to this triangle?
Two.
Right? I have 2 parts. Now these, what fraction, what unit fraction will represent one of these parts? Oh, Ray, you see, get. Okay. What part? What unit fraction? What?
If you shading that.
This part represents. If I shade this in, what does this represent?
Oh, one half.
1/2. That's correct. 1/2. Each one of these represents what? What fraction?
1/2.
1/2. And you put it together, is what it makes what?
One whole.
One whole makes one whole rectangle. 2 squares makes one whole rectangle. All right, let's try another one together. Hold on.
Oh, triangle make a rectangle.
I need you to focus on the board what I'm doing, because you're gonna have to do the same exact thing.
Wait.
In a few seconds, you're gonna have to do the same. Good job. I like that. But you're gonna have to do the same exact thing in a minute on your own sheet. All right. So let's try another one. So now these 3 triangles. What kind of shape can I make these things?
Oh, rhomboid.
Trapezoid, right? So let's just
Wait, that's the trapezoid?
trapezoid. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, that is a trapezoid.
All right. Put one triangle right there. All right, y'all see that little laugh? Another triangle right there. All right. I just made. So how many triangles did it take for me?
3.
Make a trapezoid. 3, right? Now, what unit fraction is each part of these triangles represent?
Oh, 1/3?
1/3.
Good
Right?
job.
1/3. That's good. How does this represent 1/3?
Because it's 3. It's just 3.
Hold on. I know y'all ready. Bar, explain to me. Explain to me. Jabbar, how many parts does the shape have? Right? When I talk about, man, we talk, it has three parts, so right? So remember, this, we said that each part represents what? Unit fraction represents what?
The one that's shaded in.
1/3, right? So the top represents what?
The one that's shaded
The part
in.
that's shaded in, and this
The one
represents.
that
Yep.
in the denominator.
So this at the top, right? It is the one that's shaded in. We also call that the what? What you say, Reagan?
The denominator.
The numerator.
And the bottom is the denominator.
And the bottom is called a denominator.
Denominator.
Bottom is called a denominator. That's correct. Remember that. Let's see. Let's do one more together. And then I'm gonna give you the worksheet. We're gonna do another one together off that, on that as well. So I got 2 trapezoids. I got a trapezoid, 2 trapezoids. What? Okay. I need to use 2 trapezoids. What kind of shape can I make with this trapezoid?
A hex. I have 6
Hold on, remind me.
Hexagon.
What kind of shape can I make with these 2 trapezoids? Hold on, remind me.
Wait.
I know y'all excited.
Hexagon.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I need you to raise your hand.
It's a hexagon.
It's a hexagon. So if I put these 2 together, I have a what?
A hexagon.
Now let's check. I got my hexagon right here. Put it by side. I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna put it on top. He's correct. We can make a hexagon.
Good job,
Now again, what unit fraction do these 2 represent?
One half.
1/2. Each of these parts represent 1/2. Okay, now. This is what we're going to do. One you have, I just gave you. All right, so we're gonna do the first problem together. Well, I'm gonna do the first problem we're gonna do the first. I'm gonna show up my model for you with this first problem. We're gonna do the second problem together, and then I'm gonna have y'all do the last 3 problems independently.
Where did my pencil?
Shay or Sway, pay attention.
Somebody stole my.
All right, so number 1 right here says how many triangles are in one rhombus? All right, how many triangles in one rhombus? So what I would do, I would take all my triangles and see, I would take my rhombus. I say, okay, I got my rhombus right here, right? I have my rhombus. I have my rhombus, right? So I'm gonna take all my triangles and I'm gonna see how I can put, hold on, Sway. Last time I'm talking to someone, okay? I'm gonna take my rhombus and I'm gonna see how I can put together triangles that I have. I put one of my triangles on top to see, okay, I fit it on there. Looks like I can fit one more on there. So it takes how many triangles to make a rhombus? 2, right? So right there at the top, I'll write 2. Now, the second question, let me go back. Now the second question says, what will be the fraction of one triangle in a rhombus? What will be the fraction of one of those triangles in a rhombus? Okay, 1/2, right? So what you're gonna write on that second line is, what you gonna write on that second line? 1/2. All right, number 2. Number 2. Let's talk about this. I want y'all to talk me. I want you all to talk me through this part. All right, number 2. How many triangles are in one trapezoid? Now, how many triangles are in one trapezoid? Right, 3. 3. Come on, Reagan, come show me. Come show me. Come on, see the show me. Like the fractions. Come show me. Show me on. Show the flag. Okay. Y'all see what she doing? We on number 2. We trying to find out how many triangles are in one trapezoid. How many triangles are in one trapezoid?
What is this? I did it already.
Right? So she took her trapezoid, right? Right here, you see her trapezoid? She took her trapezoid, and she put these 3, she put 3 triangles on that trapezoid. How many triangles did it take to make that trapezoid?
3.
3, right? So now, what will be the fraction of 2 triangles in that trapezoid? What will be the fraction?
3.
No, sir.
1/3. 1/3. I know.
1/3? Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure? How many parts do you have?
If you only 1/2.
Go back 2. How many parts do we have?
3.
We have 3 parts, right? So I know we have 3 parts.
It's 3 and 2.
I know we have 3 parts, right? So it's the same. So this is the question was. Listen. The question that they asked, the paper asked us was, what would be the fraction of the two triangles in the trapezoid? So it's the same. It will be the same as, right? Got my trapezoid. Right, it's pretty much the same shape, right? The question asked us, what will be the unit fraction of 2? It will be it's equivalent or the same as saying what 2 shape out of these 2 parts. If these 2 parts were shaded, what would be the unit fraction of these parts that are shaded? How many parts are shaded?
1/3.
Remember,
2/3.
the denominator represents the parts. How many parts are shaded?
2/3.
2/3. So 2/3. 2 triangles represent what?
2/3.
2/3 of
One.
this shape, of this triangle.